So just to ease you into this, we're going to start with a nice easy question. Listen to the following heart sounds and select the most appropriate description. Now here are your 4 possible answers, but only one of them is correct. Is the correct answer the S4 heart sound, the S3 heart sound, the atrial gallop, or normal heart sounds? And the correct answer is normal heart sounds. Question 2. Listen to the following heart sounds and select the most appropriate description. Okay, so here are your 4 possible answers, and remember, only one of them is correct. Is the correct answer ejection systolic murmur? Or is it the S3 heart sound, the atrial gallop, or mitral stenosis? The most appropriate description here is the S3 heart sound. Question 3. Listen to the following heart murmur and select the most appropriate description. And here are your 4 possible answers: mitral regurgitation, tricuspid regurgitation, pansystolic murmur, or ventricular septal defect. Think carefully about your answer. The correct answer is pansystolic murmur. Okay, we're just going to pause for a moment because I recognise that this question was a little bit tricky, and the reason for that is because the question actually requests for a description, which is a pansystolic murmur, but all the other answers were diagnoses which produce a pansystolic murmur. So if you did choose one of the diagnoses, well done for recognising this, but you don't get any points for this question. It's a cutthroat quiz. Let's move on to the next question. Question 4. Listen to the heart murmur and select the most appropriate description. Okay, so here are your 4 possible answers. Remember that only one of these is correct. Is the correct answer pulmonary stenosis, machinery murmur, pansystolic murmur, or ejection systolic murmur? Remember, you are selecting the most appropriate description. And the correct answer is ejection systolic murmur. Question 5. Listen to the following murmur and select the most appropriate description. So what is the most appropriate description for this murmur? Is it mid-diastolic murmur with an opening snap, mitral stenosis, the S3 heart sound, or mitral regurgitation? Have you arrived at your final answer? The correct answer is mid-diastolic murmur with an opening snap. Congratulations to those who got that answer correct, and commiserations to those who chose mitral stenosis. This, of course, is a diagnosis and not a description. Let's move on to the next question. Question 6. Listen to the following murmur and select the most appropriate description. Here are your possible answers for question 6. Early diastolic murmur, machinery murmur, pansystolic murmur, or ejection systolic murmur. The correct answer is early diastolic murmur. Question 7. Listen to the following murmur and select the most appropriate description. Okay, so here we are at the penultimate question for that ever so coveted title of medical legend. Here are your possible answers for question 7. Ejection systolic murmur, aortic stenosis, S4 heart sound, and ejection systolic murmur with a split S2. Think very carefully now. A lot rides on this answer. The correct answer is ejection systolic murmur with a split S2. Question 8. And only one question now stands between you and the title of medical legend. Listen to this final murmur and select the most appropriate description. And for question 8, here are your 4 possible answers. Is this an early diastolic murmur? A machinery murmur? A pansystolic murmur, or an ejection systolic murmur? Do you have your final answer? The correct answer is machinery murmur. A special congratulations to everyone that's managed to get this far through this episode of Medical Legend. Tally up your results and let's see what your ranking is. So for 3 correct answers, you will score the ranking of medical student. If you manage to get 4 correct answers, you've achieved the ranking of house officer. If you got 5 correct answers, you're a specialist registrar. 6 correct answers gives you the ranking of MD. If you got 7 correct answers, you are a professor. But only those who scored 8 correct answers can claim the title of medical legend.